What's going on, everybody? In this video I'm going to give you guys a Cleanspark update. Haven't talked about Cleanspark in a couple of days. I want to go over what's going on the chart, and I mentioned in my last video that they're very unlikely to get the 16 exahash target by year end, and we're going to go over why here in this video as well. For those of you that didn't watch my last video, I think a lot of people don't realize this, but it's not the end of the world. However, we are going to go over it, and we're going to go over something else here as well, their revenue expectation, and why I think they aren't going to hit it. So let's get this video started off. If you like these videos, consider hitting the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Check out the links below for some stocks and cryptos, and consider joining my membership for $2 a month to show your support. First off, I'm going to bring you to their August Bitcoin mining update. And in this update, they go over how they're not going to reach 16 exahash by year end. However, it isn't due to Cleanspark. It is due to their energy provider. And it says here that the utility has informed the company that it expects to complete the substation in 2023. However, the related power line project that connects to the substation is expected to push into early 2024, after which time miners will be promptly energized to achieve Cleanspark's target of 16 exahash of operational hash rate. So based on our last update, the August Bitcoin mining update, they did mention that because of the energy provider, they aren't going to be able to get to 16 exahash by year end. Now, I think that's not the end of the world. It is unfortunate that they're not going to reach their target that they mentioned, but it isn't due to any fault of their own. So this may slightly explain why Cleanspark's been selling off a bit. But we're also going to look at Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you what's been going on over there for the last couple months. And keep in mind, this is the last month of the current quarter we're in for Cleanspark. And looking at Bitcoin, ever since July, ever since Cleanspark's beginning of the quarter, Bitcoin has been selling off. You'll see that mid-July we were right around 30,000. Since then, month by month, we have been pulling back a bit. Towards the end of September here, we have been trying to pull back up on Bitcoin. What I see right now is it seems like we're filling out this broadening pattern. We failed this long-term ascending support that we saw, test, a fail, and a creation of this broadening pattern. Then a push back up to test the 50 MA. Couldn't break out of that, and we're back finding resistance on this ascending trend line. One thing to realize is since Bitcoin's been pulling back since mid-July, this likely means that Cleanspark's expected revenue is not going to hit, because when they gave their earnings update, Bitcoin was right around 30,000. They gave a projection on revenue based on that general price of Bitcoin. Since then, it has fallen back down. It's been in a range of 25 to 28,000 for the majority of this quarter, and that will likely affect Cleanspark's earnings. Now, Cleanspark's forward guidance was they expected $57 million for the quarter ending in September. And remember, they gave that target back when Bitcoin was 30,000 in price. So I do think for that reason, they are likely to miss this $57 million expected revenue. That said, I do think they're still going to have a record-breaking quarter where revenue is concerned. Their last quarter, they saw a $45 million quarter, and I do expect at the very least we are going to see right around 50 million in revenue. And looking year over year, you'll see that would likely be a double up in revenue, 100% revenue growth looking year over year, and we'll still see quarterly revenue growth. Although, like I said, we're unlikely, in my opinion, to hit that 57 million, but it's not the end of the world. Another thing to think about is this quarter, when they actually report it, is going to be towards the end of this year. So by year end is when they're going to report this quarter. Bitcoin might be dramatically higher in price by then. Cleanspark might be higher in price by then. I do think there might be a dip buy opportunity here when they release their earnings, but who knows where Cleanspark will be by the end of the year. It could be much higher than now. So I do think now is still a great time to buy some Cleanspark, especially considering right now we are right at $4, and Cleanspark looks like it is testing the 200 MA, this green line. One thing you'll notice is we were kind of trending in this general uptrend, this general channel. We had short breaks out of it and short breaks back in. Now we broke the bottom side of this channel. It has flipped as resistance and support many times. So we're going to see pretty soon if we can break back over what is now resistance. But we did break this pattern, and now we're kind of creating this descending channel. We're currently testing the 200 MA, and we definitely don't want to see that break. Another thing I'm watching is what looks like a descending wedge, which typically these break out and move to the upside. So I am trying to plan an entry point, perhaps a bounce off of this descending channel and a test of the upper end here on this descending channel, the resistance. So I do think there's a possible quick swing trade here. Cleanspark is nearing oversold on the RSI. So I do think it's due for a bounce pretty soon, and it has been trending down since July. So those of you that feel like you missed out when it got all the way towards $8, I think here is another great opportunity to buy. But let me know what you guys think. Is Bitcoin going lower in the short term? Is Cleanspark going lower in the short term? Do you think it's possible that we see the low threes? I personally am looking at some calls, some 2024 calls. I think that'll be a great opportunity. And since it's been pulling back in price, these calls have been getting a little cheaper. But let me know what your strategy is with Cleanspark and Bitcoin. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and thanks again for watching.